A couple of weeks ago, I noticed that my refrigerator door wasn't closing on its own anymore. Sometimes it stayed in place. Other times, the door would swing until just the last bit, but then remained ajar. If this is happening to your fridge, keep watching and I'll show you how to easily fix this yourself. This tutorial will apply to almost any brand refrigerator, and it'll only cost you $9 or less for the parts. So the problem is down here in the corner. There's a little plastic part called a cam. This is what helps the door close on its own. Before now, I didn't even know this existed. My fridge is 19 years old, and the plastic cam has worn down almost flat. You'll see what I mean later in the video when I pull this out. But first, I need to prepare a spot for my fridge door after I remove it. Okay, I need to detach the top hinge first. And on mine there's a cover held in with a screw, but some covers might pop right off without tools. And now I need to remove the hinge plate. I'm working on a KitchenAid fridge, but the process is similar on other brands. Once the bolts are out, I can lift the plate up. Oh, and it's definitely helpful to have someone else around to hold the door when it's loose. But I'm here by myself and it's still manageable for one person. Just open the door and lift it out of the bottom hinge. And now you can see why I prepared an area to set my door down. At this point, I can take a closer look at the problem. Here's the cam. I can see that this circular part is worn down quite a bit. In fact, it's almost flat. There's also a cam still attached to the fridge. This one is really bad as well. But after almost 2 decades of opening and closing the door, the friction will definitely wear it out. So I bought this pack of cams and I'll list it in the description so it's easy for you to find. This one comes with 2 sets, so if and when the cam on the freezer door wears out, I'll be able to fix that one too. Here's how it works. There are 2 parts, and they go together like this when the door is closed. But when it's open, the cam actually lifts the door up a bit, and then when you close it, the teeth slide into the grooves naturally from the weight of the door. Here, you can see how flat the old cam is compared to the new one. To replace it, just remove a single bolt holding it on. And I found that mine was a bit stuck, so I needed a screwdriver to wedge it out. Now, insert the new cam into the opening. This time, I needed to hammer it a bit to get it to sit flat. And then I'll put the bolt back to secure it. Now let's replace the cam on the fridge. It's pretty much the same process as the first one. Remove the bolt and the cam slides right off. Now slip the new one on. I hope you can see that this has been pretty simple to do so far. And I didn't mention this earlier, but off camera I had taped a towel to the fridge to try to keep some of the cold air in. Okay, reattaching the door can be a bit awkward on your own, but it's not impossible to do. Just slip the hinge pin through the cam at the bottom. And now the weight of the door is resting on the fridge. And now we're in the final stretch of this repair. Last thing to do is reattach the hinge plate and bolt it back on. And the best way to do this is to just finger tighten the bolts first. Having it loose makes it easier to align the screw holes. And I forgot to do this earlier with my drill, but I'm setting the torque setting to 5 to prevent over tightening the bolts. If you don't have a drill, a socket and ratchet works great too. I've seen other videos where people try to fix the door by adjusting the level of the front wheels. But as you just saw, leveling isn't a problem when the fridge door won't close. The real reason is a worn out plastic cam. I'm not sure how much a repairman would charge for this, but I'm guessing at least a couple of $100s. But with minimal cost and about 20 minutes of work, my door is working just the way it's supposed to. If this video was helpful, please give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on all my weekly videos.